Have you ever wondered what would happen if SpaceX's mighty Starship, the rocket designed to carry humans to the Moon and Mars, lost its heat shield during re-entry? Would it survive, or would it instantly disintegrate in Earth's atmosphere like a shooting star? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the terrifying what-if scenario that could change the course of human space exploration forever. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Rocketry and follow us on Facebook for more exciting space breakdowns.
Starship isn't just another rocket. Standing 120 meters tall with its Super Heavy booster, it's the largest spacecraft ever built. But its most vulnerable moment isn't liftoff. It's the journey home. When Starship re-enters Earth's atmosphere, it will face temperatures of 1,400 to 1,600 degrees Celsius, hotter than lava. That's where its heat shield tiles come in. SpaceX uses over 18,000 hexagonal heat shield tiles, each designed to withstand extreme heat and expansion. Without them, the stainless steel body of Starship, though tough, wouldn't last seconds before melting or breaking apart.
Imagine this. Starship begins its fiery plunge from orbit at nearly 27,000 kilometers per hour. The plasma glow builds around the ship, but suddenly, a chunk of heat shield tiles rips off. What happens next? Before I reveal the outcome, let's understand how heat shields really work.
NASA's space shuttle also relied on thousands of tiles, but it tragically showed us what happens when even a small section fails. In 2003, Columbia disintegrated during re-entry after just one damaged tile. The lesson was clear. Re-entry protection is a life-or-death system. For Starship, SpaceX has tested these tiles under brutal conditions. They're designed to handle 1,650 degrees Celsius, survive multiple flights, and expand without cracking. Elon Musk has admitted that losing tiles is the #1 risk during early Starship flights, which tells you just how critical this system is.
Now here's the big question. What if Starship's heat shield partially failed, but not entirely? Could it limp back down, or is it game over? Well, some parts of Starship are more tolerant than others. The windward side takes the brunt of re-entry heat. If tiles were lost here, temperatures would rip through the structure in seconds. But on the leeward side, where heating is less intense, the damage might not be catastrophic. So the answer isn't black and white. Some failures could be survivable, others would lead to disaster.
When Starship comes back to Earth, it's screaming through the atmosphere at almost 27,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, the air in front of it doesn't just move out of the way, it gets superheated to a fiery glow. Temperatures can climb as high as 1,400 to 1,600 degrees Celsius. Now here's the scary part. Stainless steel, the very skin of Starship, starts to melt at around 1,500 degrees Celsius. That's right on the edge. Without protection, the heat would eat through the metal in just seconds, like setting a match to dry paper. That's why SpaceX designed those black heat shield tiles, each one rated to survive up to 1,650 degrees Celsius. They're not just decoration. They're literally the difference between Starship making it home safely or burning up before it even has a chance to land.
Here's another layer. When Starship carries astronauts for NASA's Artemis program, the stakes are much higher. That's why NASA requires abort systems and redundancies. But Starship doesn't have a traditional abort tower like Falcon 9. If the heat shield fails on crewed flights, there's almost no backup. That's why SpaceX is putting so much emphasis on making the system bulletproof. SpaceX has been stress testing tiles at Boca Chica, and every Starship prototype teaches them something new. They've developed unique hexagonal tiles that interlock, preventing gaps, and are mounted on flexible pins so they don't pop off during vibration. But Elon Musk himself admitted that in early test flights, tiles will fall off. The hope is to minimize critical failures and learn fast. The good news, Starship is designed to be rugged, even if some tiles fall. Not every failure is catastrophic.
Could Starship ever fly without a heat shield? Believe it or not, in theory, yes, but only in specific scenarios. For example, if Starship returned from suborbital flights like early tests, it could survive with minimal shielding. But from orbit or Mars, no chance. At orbital speeds, the heat shield is non-negotiable. So what's the takeaway? Starship's heat shield isn't just another engineering detail. It's the single most important factor in making Starship reusable, safe, and capable of carrying humans to Mars. Without it, the dream of interplanetary travel dies. With it, SpaceX could open a new chapter in human history. And that's why every static fire, every test flight, and every heat shield trial at Boca Chica is so critical. Because one day, those tiles won't just protect steel, they'll protect human lives.